Oh, and over there is my youngest, Kyle. Isn't he handsome? Yeah, still hasn't had a girlfriend though. We're starting to wonder if he's gay. And he spends all of his time making these videos when, honestly, his views are fucking trash.
Alright, do you really expect me to not hear this shit? What do I do here? That is the awkward scenario that I would like to create a word for today. And it is essentially when you can hear someone actively talk about you when you're, like, in their presence. They're not really including you in the conversation. They're just speaking directly about you, and you hear it, and you're just kind of standing there not knowing what to do. You're kind of just working as a visual aid at that point, but a visual aid that they think needs hearing aids, because they're talking directly fucking about you and putting you in this trance where it's like, okay, do I try to hop in and talk about myself? Do I just sit there and let them talk about me? Do I pretend like I can't hear this crap? And the word that I'm creating to describe this is Vicnaided. Vicnaided because, like I said, you're like a visual aid that needs hearing aids. That's how we get the beginning and ends there. And then the structure of the word is very similar to Vecna, and I'm not going to talk too much about him, but he is a villain in Stranger Things. And what he does to his victims is he basically paralyzes them, lifts them up, and then just destroys their limbs and kills them. And I feel like this frozen state where you can't do anything is very similar and equivalent torture in my experience. Okay, equivalent is a bit of an exaggeration. And I hate this moment so much. It's usually parents that are going to go into this. I feel like your peers are usually discreet enough, or if they want to talk behind their back, are a little bit smarter about it instead of just doing it in front of you. For an example on how to use this word, I was at the family reunion and mom was Vicnading me nonstop. And I think that makes the most sense because it's kind of them doing the evil things. So attributing Vicnaid to them is probably the best. And I do also kind of want a personal variation of like when you are being Vicnaided, what to call that. I have some ideas, maybe like Krizox, because Chrissy was the first person to get killed by Vecna. So I'm thinking about maybe making a variation for that, but I don't know if it's necessary. We'll see. That would be something to clarify in the future, I guess. Anyway, let's move on to our song and video of the day. Song of the day is Cobra by Azizi Gibson. And Azizi Gibson, I had only had one song added, only really listened to one song of his for the longest time, up until yesterday. And I think I'm going to be listening to him a lot more in the future, but I just got a couple new songs that I added by him. Cobra might be the catchiest. It's got a chorus that is just so awesome.
Nah, that's why I be pimpin', give a fuck if y'all be trippin'. If you got a problem, should've thought about it then.
Like, just a swag-filled delivery that sounds so cool. I really like Azizi's style. He usually has a very deep tone and also layers in multiple different vocals so he can harmonize with a very deep and then usually kind of like a distorted version. But this one is just so cool, makes you feel great when you're listening to it, and is really kind of like one of those songs that will really boost your confidence or make you feel just like the shit when you're listening to it. Then for the video of the day, I chose all the Darth Vader scenes from the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. And I highly recommend, if you like Star Wars and if you think that you might want to watch Obi-Wan, just watch this video instead, please. Because the Obi-Wan series is fucking awful, in my opinion. My final synopsis kind of was that 75% of the on-screen time for Darth Vader is good, with some parts of it being genuinely fucking fantastic. Problem is, he's probably only on screen maybe between 2 and 5% of the time, and the rest of the show is fucking terrible. Like, I really struggled to watch this. So save yourself some time. Do not watch the entire series. It's not worth it. But some of these Vader Obi-Wan interactions are great and worth watching. Especially the second half of this video. There's really awesome stuff packed. But I definitely cannot endorse the series as a whole. I was very disappointed. But at least we got some super sick moments. Anyway, that's it for the Daily Do. Peace out.